Alrighty, howdy boys and girls, and I have absolutely nothing planned for the next 20 some odd minutes. Just coming off a hot streak in Silent Hunter 4. So I figured it's a good time to make a World of Tanks video. You know, it seems like an appropriate time, and all things going well. My clan has people on. We do have people in the clan. We attempted to participate in a tournament yesterday. However, we were severely undermanned and kind of outclassed in some other stuff. There is technically video footage of it, but currently it's kind of private. We'll figure out if we're going to release it or not later. So for now, two tanks that I wish to talk about. ZM4 Sherman, with the secondary turret, which for whatever reason gives it more hit points and less armor. However, in this game, as I have stated previously, hit points matter a lot more than your armor, especially with how abusive HE mechanics and artillery are. Speaking of abusive HE mechanics, that's right, we're going to be abusing it to the max by firing this tank's version of a troll gun. It's actually not that bad. 53 millimeters of penetration, 400 some odd damage. You can actually be potentially lethal with this thing. And bam, 453 average XP with a 64% hit ratio. I don't know how the hell that shit happened. But yeah, 46 battles, 50 destroyed, and I survived over a quarter of my battles. So yeah, good-ish tank. Let's put it that way. I think you guys will see what I mean if we go into a battle and I do something extraordinary in it. So that's what we'll do. And yay, here we are. Alright, so some things to note about this tank. First, its front armor and armor in general is, or are. Well, no, its armor is, but technically it's plural armors. Basically, all of its sides are horribly armored. If you're getting shot, it's going to go through unless it bounces. The front does have a pretty decent angle, so it has a fairly good chance of some bounce type things happening. Not like T54 status, but still decent enough. If you notice, it has a pretty high target profile from the front, narrow from the side, yet again large target profile, and from the back, obviously you're screwed. So this isn't exactly a kind of tank where you can just sort of hide from your enemies and hope they won't spot you. The one good thing about it, though, is it does have the best view range in the tier. And bounces are pretty temperamental. I've had some shots that bounce off that shouldn't, and I've had some shots that should have bounced go through, because it has 52 millimeters of front armor with an effective somewhere between 60 and 70. Point here is it's not going to be taking any hits, really, and your hit points are really the only thing that's saving you. Yep. Also, your crew really loves to die in this tank for whatever reason. Don't question it, they just do. Mine's at 80% right now, so they're not performing particularly great, but they do the job. Another thing to note about this tank is it's agile. It turns on a dime, however it is not fast. It does not get from point A to point B in an optimal amount of time, but it can handle multiple turns without a problem. So thereupon is where we try and angle ourselves and hope that we reload before he does. Because if not, we are screwed. Alright, so now we have an 85B that we need to get to. Oh! And yes sirs, we got him. Actually, no we don't. I thought that would have killed him, but apparently not. So that did, and now there's another M3 Lee that's just firing at us. And there we are. Cheers. So you see what I mean. This does a lot of damage, and god damn it, I just got like 4 text messages. Bitches want money out of me. Well, fuck them bitches. Anyways, you see what I mean about hit points. Hit points are the saving grace of this tank. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have shown my side to that M3 Lee, but shit, it's not like he was going to not penetrate me. So it does not really matter in this case. It's not a particularly bad misplay. Now what would be a misplay here is coming over this hump into this T-46, because he will actually be able to shoot me. And I can one-shot him, but this guy should go first. He has 100% hit points. Come on, buddy. There you go. Go through there. Bam. And there we go, one-shotted. That is the beauty of this thing. When it penetrates, it rapes things. Like, I've been able to kill a VK-3601 by shooting it in the side with this thing like twice. So yeah, that's kind of nice. But yeah, it's not particularly fast. Max speed downhill is 47. On flat ground, it'll probably hit 30, but it is agile. It's got the turns to make it all work. So that's a nice thing about it, especially considering that you often need to twist your way out of something. So yeah, you just gotta be careful with these things, you know? Oh, god damn it, there's an artillery piece right there. This is gonna end poorly, is it not? Yes, it is. I can't leave the base capture because that's forfeiting the match. But at the same time, I have to shoot that artillery, who, by the way, happens to have the same gun that I do. Ah, from behind. Well, not much I could do. As I said, can't leave the flag capture area, and we lost that match despite my best efforts. Sorry, team. I tried. But yeah, the M7 Priest actually gets that same 105 that you do. And yeah, there goes their Troll KV, which has a better troll gun than I do. Goddamn. Also, very good for making money. This tank is a gold mine. Complete and utter gold mine. Oh, like, I used to be poor up until I bought the Sherman, and now I just have excess money just sitting around waiting for whatever it is that it's going to be spent on. It's a great little tank for that. And yeah, man, that was a defeat. I'm so sad. The other tank I kind of wish to talk about today is the T1 Heaviness. Has a better crew than my Sherman, but that's because I could afford to buy a 75% crew with the tank. I also happen to have some things on it researched. And by some things, I mean mostly everything of importance except for that engine. Because that engine hauls ass. It's like almost 1,000 horsepower, so it makes this tank quite fast. But yeah, you guys remember I hated on this tank a lot. My opinion on it has kind of changed. Just a little bit. Not a lot. So yeah, let's battle it up, bros. Okay. So, yeah, we're kind of in a high tier type match thing. Let's see. God, I haven't played this tank enough to know where I'm supposed to go on this map yet. Let's make an educated guess and say that away. Alright, so a little bit about this tank. It's kind of like an upscaled Sherman, and by upscaled Sherman I mean fucking gargantuan. Alright, we got the side of a barn right here, the other side of that same barn, and then from the front it's not that wide. It's tall but not wide. So you have to keep that in mind. That actually lets you get behind, like for example, a KV and shoot over them while using them as cover. And stuff like that. The gun I have on here is the second gun, and it is also the gun that you need to unlock on the Sherman to get the EV8. So essentially, it's using the same gun as the Sherman. It is also significantly slower than the Sherman, and obviously less agile. Has more hit points, no shit Sherlock, 200 more. And the turret on it has less view range, but more armor. Overall, this thing has like 100mm front armor, and that's basically flat. There's very little angle. So, you can expect shots to go through. Everything that hits you is going to hit you. So it's another one of those like hit point buffer type tanks. Yeah, the M6 improves this tank a lot. By the time you get to the M6, it's actually pretty playable. But here, let's see if I can just demo this a little bit. You see, I can pretty much shoot over his hull with no problems. And now, if they're shooting from here, they don't see really much of me at all. And I can do the same thing with much larger tanks as well, just because of my height. Same thing with dead tanks. You really want to just post up behind a dead tank. Problem is, artillery really loves you. You have a very large, high target profile from the sky. So you gotta watch out for that a little bit. But yeah, this is the kind of tank where you kind of hang back and abuse your rate of fire. You fire very fast, halfway decent penetration rounds that don't do a lot of damage. So basically, you just freaking spam your mouse one and hope to hell you hit. And you will. It's pretty accurate. Look at it. Like, I could totally hit that guy with a 100% chance right now on the move. So that's always nice. Now, there we go. There's an it. I should be able to hit him in the side, and there you see it. I did indeed. And I managed to critical hit him and some other things. There's a T-28 over there, and this is just what this tank does. You just kind of sit back. I wouldn't call it sniping, but you just... it's more of a machine gun or like a chainsaw type thing where you just throw a lot of bullets their way and hope for the best. Bitch is still trying to get money from me on the text messenger thing. Oh, sorry. I probably shouldn't be doing that in the middle of a video. That's kind of rude. You see, that always pisses me off about people. Is like, let's say you're having a conversation with somebody, and then all of a sudden they get a text message, and then they pull out their phone, and then all of a sudden they're no longer talking to you. They're text messaging somebody. Like, what the fuck? I'm right here. Hello? It's not like daddy issues or anything, but it's kind of rude. We need to get some sort of like cell phone etiquette that just says, dude, that shit ain't cool. No, well, that was a dumb shot to take. But yeah, I should be able to get this easy 8 here. And yeah, I mean, easy 8s are a very good target just because you can penetrate them very easily. And wow, that poor man. The easy 8 has that same sort of design philosophy, where you kind of just, yeah, and as I said, you get bounces occasionally, but they're very lucky and very rare that they happen. Let's just shoot around over there, and we miss everybody. So, yay. We lose because my team decided to push forward into the Forest of Wonders, where you get ambushed and killed, instead of fricking, you know, to get back to base when they're capturing, and, you know, stuff like that. But whatever. Yeah, anyways, what I was saying here is the 76mm M1A1, same guns on here, 1622, 128 penetration, 115 damage. Only here it fires faster, because, well, you have more room in the turret, so it makes sense. .38 accuracy, as I said, not really a sniping weapon. Good aim time, though. Which is because it fires so frickin' fast, yeah? And here, same deal, .38 accuracy. So, yeah, let's, actually, for comparison's sake, since I don't remember this, let's pull up some useful tank, like the Short 88. And you see .36, it's more accurate, has a little more penetration, and a good load more damage, but it fires a lot slower. So, in fact, in terms of DPS, this tank is a lot better, but it's bad for things like, let's say, building games. This tank is terrible at those, because it doesn't have the alpha. This tank is best at, you know, when your enemy's coming towards you, and you just have the opportunity to get shot after shot on them. And that actually messes with their aim, too, because each shot kind of jerks their view around. So, yeah. Good for that kind of stuff. Since that last match didn't really go over as smoothly as planned, let's maybe try another one. First I'm going to pause and see how I am on time here with my rants and such. So yeah, this video is at 15 minutes. Thanks. I'm dyslexic, sue me. Yeah, this video, we still got time. So let's go into another match. Oh, bro. Today the matchmaker is playing hard to get. God damn. But yes, seriously though, usually you get a little bit more... Actually, no, this is about your average match. I've had matches where I'm up against like a Tiger 2 in this thing or something ridiculous like that, so you get screwed a lot in this tank as far as matchmaking and such goes. The matchmaker really doesn't love you as much as it loves Shermans, for example. Speaking of the Sherman, that one has that same 105 that I did when I was using my Sherman earlier in the video. Just because it's really so much better than this M1A1 gun for everything. So, like, there's very little reason to use the M1A1 on the Sherman. On the T1, it's the only gun that you get, really, that's halfway decent, and it's actually better than it is on the Sherman. So, I don't want to hear any complaints from any of you. And I've actually seen a guy who has like 800 some odd average experience per match or something, but I swear to God that was a Photoshop screen cap. Because I don't care how good you are, even with premium, dude, you're not going to be getting 800 average. Just absurd. But yeah, I mean, I don't doubt there are some good people at the game, but simply put, that kind of average is impossible to maintain unless you only play double XP games and you win every match and then you just stop. Because at certain points in time, you'll just get screwed by your team. It is a team game after all, and individual skill only comes into play for a very certain part of it. So as you can see, the standard deviation here is to go up and move around, and their team pretty much does the same. The reason you do this is because you get a really nice vantage point up here, and I hope to dear God that you can hear me over these tank treads. They're kind of loud. And sorry if that was kind of loud, I just adjusted my microphone in hopes that it would make life better. And yeah, there we go, half my HP gone, and why was I standing to fire and miss? Well, because I'm a retard and I thought it might have been something else. But it wasn't. So, yeah. Misplay on my part. When you see an IS, run, which is what I'm trying to do. Yet again, not a very turnable tank. For a tank that really wants to show its front and only its front to the enemy, this tank does not turn. Anyways, let's see if we can a little bit more of this kind of stuff. He's actually hiding behind a wreck as well. It's a very low target profile, so my chances of hitting him are very slim. And subconsciously, I want to keep an eye on my mini-map here, because, well, they might be flanking me very soon. And by very soon, I mean now? No, that guy is still holding the fort up there, so that's nice of him to hold the fort. I really do like it when people do that for me. And somebody's complaining about shots, and I don't know what that was. Probably an artillery because there's no tanks in queue. Yay. And yeah, if I can get up behind that IS, I can actually be in a very prime position to actually do some serious damage to him. Just because of the rate of fire on this gun. However, it is pretty much a fact that I won't bounce any of his shots, so I gotta be careful with that. And yeah, I'm kind of slow. With the final engine, you actually get fast, especially for a tank this big, but until then, you're kind of in trouble if you ever need to run from something. It's like a tungsten turtle, let's put it that way. Just very large metallic turtle. Maybe that's the KV though, if you think about it, because turtle bites do hurt, and the KV's bite hurts. And also stuff. Yeah, the KV's also green, so it's far more turtle-like in that sense. And it's proportioned like a turtle, you know, low, flat, pancakey, wide out to the ground. And it looks like they actually took the low road, which would be very nice for me, because that means I will be able to get a nice view of them from this hill here. And even if they didn't, they're not on this hill anymore. Which yet again, good for me. Not so good for them because I get free shots. My view range is quite abysmal. But I should be able to just nail this guy in the back right now. Oh, got him in the tracks, and let's see if I can get the second shot off before he turns around, and shit, I'm fucked, because that other shot hit his tracks and didn't actually damage him. That also did nothing, and there. Oh, god damn it! I killed him right as the match ended! Why? It did not count. That is on video. That shot hit. Battle heroes, yay. So, yeah guys, good job. We got 1,000 experience on this bad boy right here. Bad boy Willis. And yeah, I'm gonna save up for that final engine and show you what it does. Because if I remember correctly, and I may not here, but if I do, it turns this tank into a serious son of a bitch. Like, it can go like 40 miles an hour or something like that just on its own power. But yeah, we will get to that. It becomes a T-28 type of machine, where you get really fast acceleration. You know, it also has that same long body, cool gun kind of feel going for it. Actually, speaking of guns, I want to see, am I actually better than the T-28 as far as guns go? It's this 85mm right here, .37 with a 120 and a 160 with a 13.3. I am slightly better. If we go over here, open this, right, side by side for you all. .38 to .37, so he's more accurate. He does more damage per shot. I have 8mm more of penetration, which won't matter for Jack. And I fire 19 rounds per minute. He fires 13. The biggest advantage I have is my aiming time. That comes into play when you're doing, like, you know, the stop, go. But other than that, yeah. Basically, the T1 Heavy is like a T28 with more hit points, and I'd say even worse, just because of how screwed you get by the matchmaker. So yeah, I'm still undecided about this tank. It has a lot of good, but it also has a lot of bad, and it's really a question of how you balance that, and how you form that into an objective review. So expect more videos on both of these tanks and tankettes. And yeah, it is May 11th, Wednesday, as I am recording this. So, yeah. That will give you an idea. And stop commenting on my non-World of Tanks videos for me to make World of Tanks videos. That would be greatly appreciated, as that goes against comment etiquette and stuff. Also, thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't. Common Cat, out.